10 soul bands. 10 betrayals so brutal they destroyed friendships, ended careers, and left bodies in their wake.
In the name of love.
Managers who fired entire groups and replaced them with strangers. Lead singers who demanded their names come first. Brothers who sued brothers over a trademark. By the time we reach number 1, you'll understand that the real enemy wasn't racism or record labels. It was the person standing right next to them on stage. Let's go. Number 10, Gladys Knight and the Pips. Family torn apart by legal battles.
Too much for me. Too much for.
Gladys Knight and the Pips weren't just a group. They were family, literally.
Not so long ago.
Gladys and her brother Bubba Knight, along with their cousins William Guest and Edward Patton, had been singing together since 1952, over 30 years. Childhood to adulthood, through every struggle, every hit, every stage. Midnight Train to Georgia. If I Were Your Woman. Neither one of us.
Midnight train to Georgia. Living on a midnight train to Georgia.
They were one of the most successful soul acts of the 1970s. But in 1988, Gladys announced she was going solo. The Pips tried to continue without her.
Dreaming.
But their contract with MCA Records had a clause. A clause that said the Pips couldn't record or perform without Gladys Knight.
I'd rather live in his world.
So while Gladys launched her solo career, the Pips were stuck, silenced. Bubba Knight, her own brother, later said the split hurt worse than anything. They'd been together for 36 years, and a contract, lawyers, and egos tore them apart. The group reunited in 1996 for one final tour.
Oh, he's leaving. Oh,
but it was never the same. William Guest died in 2015. Edward Patton died in 2005. Family destroyed by legal fine print. That's betrayal. Number 9, the Platters. Decades of lawsuits over a name. The Platters gave us Only You, The Great Pretender, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes,
and to make the darkness bright.
But behind the smooth harmonies was chaos. In 1959, the 4 male members were arrested in Cincinnati on morals charges. They were found innocent, but the scandal damaged their career. Lead singer Tony Williams used that moment to quit in 1960.
You are my destiny.
He wanted more money, more control, more credit. Mercury Records refused to release any Platters records without Williams' voice. So the group was stuck releasing old recordings for 2 years, while Williams tried to go solo. His solo career flopped. But that's not the betrayal. The betrayal is what happened next. For the next 30 years, multiple versions of the Platters toured the world.
You do, you're my dream come true.
Tony Williams had his own Platters. Paul Roby had his own Platters. Zola Taylor had her own Platters. Herb Reed had his own Platters.
My dream come true, my one and only.
They sued each other, over and over, for decades. Fans bought tickets thinking they were seeing the real group, only to find imposters.
I understand the magic.
In 2005, Herb Reed finally won the legal battle. The court ruled he was the only original member with rights to the name.
And to fill my heart with love for.
But by then, Tony Williams was dead. Paul Roby was dead. Zola Taylor was fading.
Only you.
They'd spent 30 years fighting each other over a name instead of making music. That's betrayal. Number 8, the Delfonics. Brothers sue each other. The Delfonics were brothers, William Hart and Wilbert Hart. Along with Randy Kane, they gave us La La Means I Love You and Didn't I Blow Your Mind This Time. Sweet falsetto, Philly soul perfection. But in the 1970s, Randy Kane left the group, and then the Hart brothers started fighting. William Hart wanted full control of the Delfonics name. Wilbert Hart said, "We're brothers. We built this together." It didn't matter. By the 2000s, there were two Delfonics touring, William Hart and the Delfonics, and a competing group with Wilbert Hart. They sued each other multiple times over who had the right to the name. Brothers, blood relatives, singing against each other in court. In 2022, William Hart died at age 77. The lawsuit outlived the music. Two brothers who should have been celebrating their legacy spent their final years in court. That's Betrayal. Number 7, The Drifters. Manager fires the entire group. The Drifters were one of the biggest R&B groups in America. Lead singer Clyde McPhatter had already left for a solo career, but the group was still thriving.
But while we're apart, don't give your heart.
Then manager George Treadwell walked into a rehearsal and fired every single member. All of them, in one day. Clyde McPhatter, Bill Pinkney, Gerhard Thrasher, Andrew Thrasher, everyone.
Baby, don't you know I love you?
Treadwell owned the name The Drifters, and he decided he didn't need the men who built it. He found a group called the Five Crowns performing at the Apollo Theater. Renamed them the Drifters overnight. The original Drifters, tossed aside like trash.
If you're all alone, can he take you home?
Benny King, who joined the new Drifters, later said, "I felt bad for those guys. They created something and it was stolen." The craziest part? The new Drifters became even more successful.
Let's tell them no, but don't forget who's taking.
There Goes My Baby. Save the Last Dance for Me. Under the Boardwalk. All recorded by the replacement group. The original members tried to sue, but they lost. Treadwell owned the name. He could do whatever he wanted.
Don't forget.
Bill Pinkney, one of the original Drifters, spent the rest of his life touring as the original Drifters, trying to reclaim what was stolen from him. That's betrayal. Before we go any further, if this music is bringing back memories or creating new ones, this channel was made for you. Groove Lens is about keeping soul music alive. Not just the hits, but the history behind them. So tap subscribe, settle in, and let's keep walking through this together, because the best stories are still coming. Number 6, Martha and the Vandellas. Martha fires everyone. Martha Reeves had the voice, that powerful, commanding voice that made Dancing in the Street and Heatwave classics. But she didn't do it alone. Rosalind Ashford and Annette Beard were right there with her. The original Vandellas, the foundation. In 1963, Annette Beard got pregnant and had to leave the group. Martha replaced her with Betty Kelly. Then in 1969, Rosalind Ashford wanted to get married and settle down. Martha replaced her with Sandra Tilley. By 1972, both Sandra and Betty were gone. Martha kept the name, kept touring, kept recording. But here's the thing. Martha didn't just replace members, she erased them. For years, she took full credit for the Vandellas' success. Rarely mentioned Rosalind or Annette in interviews, rarely acknowledged their contributions. In later years, when the original Vandellas tried to reunite for nostalgia tours, Martha refused. She owned the name. She was the star. They were replaceable. Annette Beard later said, "We built that group together, but Martha acted like it was always just her. That's betrayal." Number 5. The Spinners. Philippe Wynne demands top billing. The Spinners were massive in the 1970s. I'll Be Around. Could it be I'm Falling in Love? The Rubber Band Man.
Walking cane, hand me down my hat.
And leading most of those hits was Philippe Wynne. That soaring falsetto, that stage presence. Fans thought he was the Spinners.
Guaranteed to blow your mind so high.
But his name wasn't out front. By 1976, Philippe Wynne had had enough. He walked into a meeting and made a demand. Change the group's name to Philippe Wynne and the Spinners.
Seems to come out right. Once I went to hit that.
Bobby Smith, Henry Fambro, and the rest of the group said no. They'd been together since 1954, long before Wynne joined in 1972.
Hey, I laughed so hard 'cause the band got down when it finally.
They weren't about to rename the group for one man's ego. So in January 1977, Philippe Wynne quit. He thought he'd be bigger solo. His first album flopped, no hit singles. He joined Parliament Funkadelic for a while. Had one hit with Not Just Knee Deep. But he never came close to the success he had with the Spinners. Wynne later admitted to the group, "I found out one thing, guys. The name Philippe Wynne ain't shit." On July 13, 1984, Philippe Wynne collapsed on stage in Oakland, California. Heart attack. He was 43 years old. He destroyed his career over billing. That's betrayal. Number 4. The Isley Brothers. Brother sues. Brother over trademark. The Isley Brothers weren't just a group. They were blood. Ronald, Rudolph, and O'Kelly Isley. For decades, they created soul classics together. Shout. Twist and Shout. It's Your Thing. But in 1984, O'Kelly died of a heart attack. And then Rudolph left the group in 1989 to become a Christian minister. That left Ronald as the face of the Isley Brothers. For years, everything was fine. Until 2023, Rudolph Isley, now 85 years old, came out of retirement. He wanted to tour as the Isley Brothers. Ronald said no. So Rudolph sued his own brother. The lawsuit claimed Ronald had secretly trademarked the Isley Brothers name in 2021 without telling him. Rudolph argued he had as much right to the name as Ronald. They were both original members. Both helped build the legacy. The case went to court. Brothers who had sung together for over 60 years, now fighting in front of a judge. In 2024, a judge ruled in favor of Ronald. He controlled the trademark. Rudolph was blocked from using the name. Two brothers, one legacy, torn apart by a trademark. That's betrayal. Number 3, The Supremes. Florence Ballard betrayed by Diana Ross and Berry Gordy.
In the name of love.
Florence Ballard founded the Supremes, not Diana Ross. Florence. She was the one who put the group together in 1959. Recruited Mary Wilson, recruited Diana Ross, named them the Primettes, then the Supremes. She was the original lead singer.
Baby, baby, I'm aware of where you go.
But Berry Gordy, the head of Motown, had other plans. He was obsessed with Diana Ross, thought she was prettier, more marketable, more controllable.
After I've been sweet.
So in 1963, Gordy made Diana the lead singer. Florence was pushed to the background. By 1967, Florence was watching Diana get everything she'd built: the spotlight, the solos, the fame.
Baby, baby, take it over.
She started drinking, gained weight, missed rehearsals. Gordy used that as an excuse. He kicked her out of her own group.
Maybe once or twice, but it
The Supremes became Diana Ross and the Supremes. Florence's severance package, $139,000 and a gag order.
stop in the name of love.
She couldn't use the Supremes name to promote herself. Her lawyer stole most of the money.
And runs off to her charm. Take it over.
ABC Records signed her for a solo deal. Both singles flopped.
I tried so hard to.
By the early 1970s, Florence Ballard, the founder of the Supremes, was on welfare. She lived in a Detroit housing project with her 3 children.
Before you break my
On February 21st, 1976, Florence died of a heart attack. She was 32 years old.
you break my heart. Stop.
Diana Ross was selling out arenas. Florence died broke and forgotten. That's betrayal.
You are together. I'm so afraid.
Number 2, The Temptations. David Ruffin fired for his ego. David Ruffin didn't just sing for the Temptations, he was the Temptations. My girl, ain't too proud to beg. I wish it would rain. That voice, that raw, testifying, soul-shaking voice. Fans came to see David Ruffin, and David knew it. By 1967, his ego was out of control. He'd show up late to rehearsals, miss performances, demand more money. He wanted the group renamed David Ruffin and the Temptations, just like Diana Ross got with the Supremes. But Otis Williams, the group's leader, said no. The Temptations were a group, not a solo act with backup singers. On June 27, 1968, the Temptations had a show in Cleveland. David Ruffin didn't show up, so they fired him, right there, replaced him with Dennis Edwards. David Ruffin spent the next 23 years trying to prove he didn't need them. Solo career, some hits, mostly failures. Cocaine addiction consumed everything. By 1991, he was broke, desperate, touring with Eddie Kendricks as former leads of the Temptations. On June 1st, 1991, David arrived in Philadelphia with $40,000 cash in a money belt. What happened next is still unclear. He was found unresponsive, dropped off at a hospital by a limo driver who fled. Cocaine overdose. The $40,000 was gone. David Ruffin was pronounced dead 1 hour later. He was 50 years old. The hospital tagged him as John Doe because no one recognized the greatest Temptations lead singer. That's betrayal. Number 1, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Teddy Pendergrass versus Harold Melvin.
I'm sure you will all agree there are things that
You know the voice. If you don't know me by now. The love I lost. Wake up, everybody. That voice belonged to Teddy Pendergrass. But the name on the marquee? Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
no more back thinking, time for thinking ahead.
Here's the thing. Harold Melvin wasn't even singing. Teddy Pendergrass was doing all the lead vocals. Every single hit, every single note. But Harold Melvin controlled the money.
Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say.
By 1975, Teddy was fed up. He was singing his heart out every night, selling millions of records, and Harold was paying him like a sideman. Teddy demanded equal billing, equal pay. Harold refused, so Teddy made one request.
They're the ones who's coming up, and the world.
Change the name to Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, featuring Theodore Pendergrass. It took a year, but Harold finally agreed.
Wake up all the doctors, make the old people well.
In 1975, the billing changed. But it wasn't enough. In 1976, at the peak of their success, Teddy quit.
The world won't get no better.
He and Harold got into a screaming match over money. Teddy walked. His solo career exploded. 5 consecutive platinum albums.
It's time to build a new land. I know.
Close the door. Turn off the lights. Love TKO. Teddy Pendergrass became the top male sex symbol in soul music.
Before the judgment day, so won't you make that?
Meanwhile, Harold Melvin replaced him with David Ebo. The Blue Notes never had another major hit, but here's where it gets dark.
If we just let it.
In 1982, Teddy was paralyzed in a car accident. His career almost ended. He made a comeback in 1984, but he was never the same. On January 13, 2010, Teddy Pendergrass died of respiratory failure. He was 59 years old. And Harold Melvin? He died in 1997, broke, forgotten.
Wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new.
The man who had one of the greatest voices in soul music singing for him, and he was too greedy to share the spotlight.
Thinking, time for thinking ahead.
Teddy gave Harold Melvin everything, and Harold Melvin gave him nothing. That's betrayal.